Do you want to live to 100 years? Probably the answer is yes. But the real question is, do you want to be healthy and capable of whatever you are doing today when you are 100 years old? In this video today, we'll be diving into Outlive book. I'll provide you with a short summary of this book. We'll be talking about what the longevity is, what are the key components of it, what we have to do on a global level to improve our longevity, and what we can do in the meantime on the individual level. The tips that Peter Attia gives us on improving our longevity, and how I implemented some of these tips into my life. First, let's figure out what longevity is. In very simple words, longevity consists of two parts. It is lifespan and health span. So lifespan is basically the number of years that you live, while health span is how long you stay healthy to be able to be capable to do whatever matters to you. So longevity is the combination of lifespan and health span. And to maximize it, we have to start with the prevention. But there is a but, and this but is our medicine today. Peter Attia came up with the evolution of medicine, where he divides the progression of medicine into three parts. The first part is medicine 1.0. This is when there was no science as the medicine at all, and people were just doing random stuff. And the motto of this period is what works for one works for everyone. Medicine 2.0, and that's where we are today. It began with the acceptance of the germ theory, with the invention of antibiotics and penicillin. It also began with the approval of trials, so people started trying new things, and that's where we are today. It's been very good at dealing with acute conditions. For example, if you were hit by a car, or if you have a cancer or some other diseases. So the main idea behind medicine 2.0 is to prolong your life, not to make you healthier. And the motto of it is what works for everyone works for one. So it's super unpersonalized. And if we know that, for example, this antibiotics works for most of the people, most likely it will work for you. But where Peter wants to go is medicine 3.0. And the key features of medicine 3.0 is that it should be a preventative medicine. Because today, you can, for example, I live in the UK. I can only go to GP or a doctor if I have some illness, right? I can't just go and do the checkups to make sure that I won't have the disease. That's not common practice right now. While that should be a common practice to prevent, because it's easier to prevent the disease rather than cure it. So the first feature of the medicine 3.0 is the preventative measurements, and the second is to make it personalized. So the motto of medicine 3.0 is what works for everyone might not work for one. But to get there, we have to learn how to fight and prevent the 4 horsemen of death. Peter Attia calls this 4 horsemen of aging. And while our medicine is still slowly progressing into medicine 3.0 version, we can start doing on the individual level to help us prevent these diseases and to stay healthier for longer. So the first horseman of aging and of death is cardiovascular diseases. Everyone 18 plus has some degree of heart disease accumulating in our body today. And while talking about cardiovascular diseases, I'm actually deeply studying cholesterol right now. And there are some studies that break the concept that LDL is bad for our health. I'll try to learn more about it and share with this. So please stay tuned, because I'll be trying to get deeper into this and to break this myth or to prove that it is correct. The second horseman is cancer. So chronic inflammation creates an environment that induces cells to become cancerous. And the case here is the correct nutrition and exercise that I'll be talking a bit later when I'll be giving the tips. So the third horseman is neurodegenerative diseases. This is your Alzheimer's disease. And what's good for the heart is also good for the brain. So exercise and sleep are the key components that could help prevent this horseman to write to you. So the fourth horseman is type 2 diabetes and metabolic dysfunction. Basically an issue in our body's fuel processing that can be treated with the right diet. Now let's talk about the strategy and detail. Peter Attia, he presents with 4 main areas of improvement in your lifestyle that could help you prevent these diseases. In his book, he emphasizes the importance of a healthy mix of your aerobic and anaerobic exercises, of your strength workouts, and the mobility flexibility workouts. A study from 2018 found that the increase in your VO2 max was associated with lower mortality, and even a small amount of exercise a week can reduce the risk of dying from all those causes that I listed above. The most important thing here is just to go from 0 to at least something. So one of the studies that I found where there were participants, they were going from 0 to just 15 minutes of exercise daily, of moderate exercise. So I'm not talking about high intensity interval training, but moderate exercise like slow jogging or just workout in the gym. But this study saw a decline in overall mortality of 14% and had a 3-year longer life expectancy. What Peter Attia suggests, it is called a centenarian decathlon. So you just need to have a list of 10 workouts that you want to perform when you're 100 years old. It can be anything from 20-minute brisk walk, or climbing the stairs without losing your breath, or going on a hike for 3 hours. You can be very ambitious, but anyway, you have to perform to create this list of 10 exercises and start working on them. Because if you can't do this right now when you are, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, how could you do them when you are 100 years old? So just focus on repeating, on doing and incorporating these workouts today in your life, so that when you hit 100 years old, and I hope you will once you listen to this video and implement all these tips, so you'll be able to perform them as well as you do today. The second part that you should focus on is nutrition. In my opinion, this is the most important part, and this is the hardest part. So Peter here advocates that you have to incorporate a whole foods-based diet rich in lean protein, lots of vegetables, complex carbs, and healthy fats, with the emphasis on low processed food. And I totally agree with this. By the way, I'm currently on a challenge with no added sugar, no refined, no processed sugar challenge. So where I'm only eating food where there is no added sugar. It's really hard. Spoiler alert. It's really hard. And to be honest, this is my second attempt already, but stay tuned because I'll be sharing this experience with you. He also discussed the potential benefit of intermittent fasting. And while he no longer believes in several day fasts, he emphasized the importance of incorporating at least 16 hours, 15 hours, 14 hours without food. I do believe in the long-term fasts, and actually I did 85 hours fast that you can read and you can watch here. I also read a book, and this is my so far the best performing video about how you should fast if you are a woman, because it's completely different from what you have to do if you're a man. So you can also watch this video. I'll also touch it here so you can watch it later. I tend to think that the diet is something very time limited, but what actually diet is your choice of your lifestyle, because this is the choice you're gonna make every day. I tried this longevity paradox diet for months or so. Definitely I lost some weight, but then I gained it again. So short-term diets, they don't work. So if you want to be healthy, you have to make a decision just to live longer and make these right decisions every day. And I'm definitely not that type of person that will tell you like, hey, stick for a diet for a month and just take this list and follow it. No, I'm actually on my path right now to become a nutritionist, a health coach. I hope that I'll be able to manage and do this. And I promise you, I will never be selling this, diet plans that you can incorporate into your life, because I am a strong advocate of personalized approach, and every person differs so much based on their exercise, based on their daily habits, based on what they used to eat, where they live, how old they are, their sex, their age. So many different factors, and you have to really adjust your diet to what works for you. And it's okay to sometimes eat a piece of cake on your birthday or celebrate your best friend's wedding with a glass of champagne. But you have to understand that it can't repeat every day, and that if you want to be healthy, if you want to live longer and healthier, then you have to make this choice to switch to healthy food, to healthy diet, to proper nutrition and exercise every day. Try to incorporate three different parts. So the first one is caloric restriction, when you restrict and remove, for example, 1 to 300 calories from your daily nutrition, from your meals. But it takes a lot of effort and time to count the calories first, to understand how much you eat today, and second, try to remove and keep counting these calories every day. So it is very time consuming and mental, lots of mental effort. So I wouldn't recommend it, although I'm doing this because I enjoy this process. I'm super organized. I'm an organization and tracking freak, so I'm doing this for myself. So if you do this, let me know. We can do it together. We can share what we eat every day, but I wouldn't recommend it. The second is actually the dietary restriction, when you can cut out specific foods. For example, I cut out on meat. And the third is time restriction. This is your basically time restricted eating, intermittent fasting, when you only eat in a specific window, for example, 8 or 6 hours or 2 hours. I'm, by the way, doing right now, this is my day one today of 1 meal a day or MOD challenge. So I'll be doing this for 2 weeks. I want to see how my body reacts to this, because I love fasting. I can very easily do the fast. So I want to see how my body reacts to 1 meal a day. Third point is sleep, the power of sleep. To be honest, I in the team nutrition, right? But in most of the articles and books and videos that I've read, listened, and watched, sleep is emphasized as the most important element, the crucial element for staying healthy, because this is the time when your body, when your brain rests and just gets ready for a new day. So I think that it's super important, but today we sacrifice sleep for anything else. If you want to hang out with friends, you sleep less. If you want to watch this new movie, you sleep less. You're doing this in the evening. If you, for example, want to go to a party, you're doing this in the evening, you sacrifice sleep. If you do the workout in the morning, again, you wake up earlier. So we tend to sacrifice sleep, and I think this is something that we have to change on a fundamental level, because one of the guys whom I'm not adore, but he's a cool guy, is Brian Johnson. He built his whole lifestyle around sleep.
The most important thing is I've built my life around sleep. Now that is the exact opposite of cultural norms, where sleep is the thing that gets pushed around.
For the tips, actually, I love this book. It's by Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep, but he gives a huge number of tips. The tips that I implemented, I'm removing the blue light before bed, so I'm not sitting on my phone at least 2 hours. Like, okay, let's be honest, 1 hour before sleep. So I'm trying to cut out the blue light. I am making sure that it is a cold room, so I'm opening the window. I am then closing the curtains to make sure that it is super dark. Yeah, so I make sure that there is no noises around, and I'm trying to have some tea, to read a book, just to prepare myself for sleep, to not meditate, but just, relax, not think about anything stressful. But even sometimes I'm listening to some fiction books, so I'm putting this on my phone, and then I have some nice dreams. It also helps me prepare for sleep. And what do you think is the fourth element? The fourth element is our emotional health. And I think that this is the most understudied part from all the previous ones. And Peter Attia, he stresses out the necessity of nurturing emotional well-being to live a long and healthy life. And I couldn't agree more, because sometimes you feel okay, sometimes you feel not very good emotionally, mentally. And what I am doing is definitely I'm trying to learn how to meditate, but to be honest, I don't like meditation. I am calling my mom when I'm going to the gym, because I love her a lot and she's the closest person in my life. And I love the voice of her voice. And just talking to her makes me feel good. I'm trying to spend some quality time with my partner, just to have dinner together, or just 1 hour of just talking to him without phone, just putting my phone aside, to also improve this relationship and to have this closeness of from other people. I write down every morning in my journal. I am implementing together 2 habits. It's the sunlight exposure. You can actually watch the video about it. Also, I made a video about sun exposure and the benefits of it. So I'm just going outside with my journals. I have 3 different journals for different reasons. But I'm taking my journals, cup of coffee. I'm going and getting myself exposed to the sun, and also journaling, thinking, and writing down my thoughts, just to spill this all out on the paper. I think there are lots of different things that you can implement, and I don't think that I'm an expert here, but just the main tip here is take care of your emotional health and try to socialize with nice people who make you feel good more often. I've been trying to improve all these 4 aspects of my life: sleep, nutrition, exercise, and emotional health. And it's always work in progress, right? You can't achieve the perfect workout score, or nutrition score, emotional score, sleep score, although with Aura Ring sometimes you can have this 100 score, although I don't have it. It's my partner who has it, and sometimes hi, I have 97 scores in my Aura, good job. Yeah, but anyway, I feel that it's so okay to sometimes feel bad, or eat not healthy, or skip the exercise, or go to the party of the birthday and sleep less. But what we should do is try to focus and keep doing whatever we can, because again, starting from 0 minutes of workout to just 15 minutes a day of moderate exercise, it can tremendously improve your life. Just removing the phone 30 minutes before bed, I'm not talking about 2 hours, that can also help you improve your sleep. Just, for example, substitute or eat first veggies, then proteins, then fats, and then carbs according to the glucose revolution. Again, I made a summary of this very cool technique that can very hugely improve your insulin spikes. Just little changes. I'm not even talking about removing all the food that you have right now and completely changing your attitude to food, but the order of the food that you are intaking. So small changes, step by step, improve yourself by 0.1% every day, can help you live 100 years. And on this note, I want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm working super hard and putting all my heart and soul and mind and time and everything into the content. I hope it is helpful, and the main idea behind this channel and behind these videos is to inspire you to live a healthier life, to make it happier, not just healthier, but happier, because when you're healthy, you're happy. So if you have any ideas for the challenges that I can take or some good books that you can recommend that I can also read, I would appreciate it. Please leave this in the comments and I'd be happy to chat with you. And thank you very much again for watching these videos. I hope that you'll stay tuned to my channel and I hope to see you soon. Woo!